For the last year, Tulisa Contostavlos says she's been through hell. A Sun on Sunday sting implicated her in a drugs deal. Last week, the trial against her fell apart when the judge said there was strong grounds to believe the undercover reporter Mazur Mahmood had lied at an earlier hearing.
It's been a real roller coaster. It's been a journey, the hardest year of my life, but at the same time, the positives that I can take for it now. I do believe everything happens for a reason, and I feel like the life experience that I've fit into 1 year is like 10 years worth. And as much as it's been absolutely, horrible, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. At the same time, you learn your real strengths and how strong you are in the worst of situations when you don't have a choice. And I wouldn't have said before, okay, push me to that limit to see how much I can handle. But now that I've come out of it, I feel like a better, stronger person for it.
I mean, there were reports that you attempted suicide. Is that true? And if so, I mean, why?
I think halfway through, I think I'd done 6 months of the fear and feeling all these emotions, and I was very down, very depressed. And then I found out I was being charged, and I was told that this could probably and will go on for another 6 months, and I could face, up to 4 years in prison. And in that moment, I'd been pretty hopeful, and because I knew what was happening was so wrong, I was like, there's no way they can take it this far. There's no way, they're going to see, we're going to show them our evidence. They're going to see what's happened and what they're doing. And when I found out I was being charged, I just lost all hope. I just didn't have any fight left in me. And I felt a little possessed. I don't know who that person was, but she was very weak, but in a very dark place. But you know what, the main thing is that I picked myself back up after it, and I only continued to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And the person that you see in front of you today isn't the person that was in that very dark place 6 months ago.
The fake Sheikh posed as a film producer and led Tulisa to believe she was in the running for a £3.5 million film deal, along with Keira Knightley and Kate Winslet. She says she played up to the role of a bad girl. Do you think you were naive in believing him, maybe?
It's funny because I would think me as well. I'm all about tough love, so I'll be like, how could you be so stupid and have a go at myself? But no. The way that they did it was so extreme and intense. Like, I didn't even know that was legal for them to do that. And I'll keep saying it, there's a difference between entrapment and setting someone up. Entrapment is where you set out a trap, and if someone falls into it, they fall into it. A set-up is where you're setting them up to fall, whether they fall into the trap or not. And that is what happened to me. And I didn't even know they were allowed to do that. Then I don't think they are, which is why obviously the trial collapses, because they define the difference between entrapment and a setup. But I just don't understand how it's legal, entrapment or setup.
And do you think it came to court because you were in the public eye, because you're a celebrity? Do you think if you weren't, maybe it wouldn't have gone so far?
I do believe that. That is my belief, 100%.
I mean, do you think that it's a problem that you use the press in some ways? I mean, you're doing this interview, you've made a documentary, you play the game, don't you? Do you think there's any sort of hypocrisy in that relationship, your relationship with the press?
I don't think that... Look, part of my work is entertainment, so it's opening yourself up to people and entertaining people. And I fully understand the media and the press come with that, but I don't see how that can in any way, shape or form justify what they've put me through in the past year and what they tried to do. I don't... if I do something, then okay, and if I make a mistake, print it, say it how it is, or however even you want to say it. That's your opinion, but don't create something that didn't happen. There's no justification for that. And so, no, I don't feel like that justifies it. And even now, I fully understand, in the past, throughout my career, yes, with the media, you play the game, but now, this isn't even about that for me right now. This is about clearing my name. I've had to sit in silence for a whole year and have them paint me out to be an absolute monster and this vile person. And now, I'm allowed to talk about it. And no, do I want the whole country thinking I'm that person? No, because I'm not. So I'm given the chance, yes, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops and say, this is the real story, this is what happened, and it's not how they've made me out to be. Some of the stuff that I'm coming out with is ridiculous. I mean, like, being honest, I'm an X Factor judge. Like, really? Do people think I was running out in between breaks to, like, the local street corner to go and sell some drugs? Like, it's just, why would I need to do that? Well, like, there's no logic behind it. It sounds ridiculous.
Last week, Tulisa was in court again and was found guilty of assault. She says she'll be appealing the ruling. Lucy Cotter, Sky News.